It is one of those nice and cold, well, not too cold, it's been quite mild. So time to get into the greenhouse. I love when you see the condensation on the window, because you know winter's coming. Now I need to plant some bulbs. Welcome to this Sunday's garden video. You're currently propped up on a geranium. Well, on the plate of a geranium. I need to start planting bulbs. I was in the bed last night and I was like, you need to pull your finger out and start planting bulbs. So I'm going to start today. So my mission is woodland corner, woodland bulbs, and the side border daffodils. You hear the birdies? What noise is that one? I left out bird seed, so I've lots of birds in the garden today. So the pink muscari, I'm going to put them in terracotta pots. I don't know if I'll do that today, but that's there. So I'm going to do, some of these are starting to wake up, I think. So in the side border, which you'll see me doing, I'm going to do there's no spring bulbs at all in there, because that didn't exist this time last year. So I'm going to do I think daffodils in that border with some alliums. So I also have these. This is what happens when you buy too much bulbs. I have a dried flower collection, which is alliums, and there's 5 varieties. I've got Gladiator, Mount Everest, Purple Sensation, Spherocephalon, which I can never pronounce. That one's my favourite, the bees love it. And then Rosium. So, sure, I'll bring them with me just in case. And then I've bluebells and snowdrops, but they're for the front. Okay. Let's go gather my tools. Also, can I just say, it's a good job you don't come to this channel for the fashion. Hey Miss B, hello. I left the house looking like this morning. I went to yoga first thing. Shorts, furry boots, furry jumper. I don't know how to dress for this time of year, because it's too cold for the dresses, but it's still a bit mild. So I'm going to change into my Crocs. And are you going to help me in the garden today, Blondie, or is it too cold for you? I think she might potter along today. Now, let me grab my bulb thing. So I picked up one of these. Now my nephew was playing with it. He was giving it a test. So it's nice and lightweight. Kind of saves my hand. I'm going to see if it's any good. There was some rain last night and the ground is wet this morning, so the soil should be perfect bulb planting conditions. So I'm going to give this a bash. I also have a thing for my drill, an bulb auger, but I don't know if I'll need it, so I'm going to use this today. So this is the first corner that I'm going to tackle, and if you look back on old videos, I did a little bit of work in here this year. I just planted some extra plants. This is my favourite one. It's a brunner, and yeah, it's definitely thrived and it's so much better compared to last year. And it lives underneath this tree, which is kind of like an evergreen tree. It goes a bit scaldy in springtime and then it starts to flower. So I actually think it's a shrub, but it's grown up into a tree. Anyway, for this corner now I don't really have kind of a lot of space, but my plan is just to dot some bulbs in between, because this is actually filled out loads. Miss Blondie is joining. So what I have for here is, this is the woodland garden. So there is 5 different types of bulb. Hello. So I have hyacinth, I think that's bluebells. It says English bluebell. So there's some bluebells, pushkinia, I don't really know what that is, fritillaria, some small daffodils, golden bells, and I don't know what this one is either, Kionodoxa. hands up if you two haven't a clue about the Latin. So I think there is inside the bag, let's see, we've got, that's not too bad. And if in doubt, always plant pointy side up, but sometimes if you are ever in doubt, just plant it like on its side, so pointy side up. That's one thing I try to always remember. These are quite small bulbs. Let me see. And I like to leave them in the bag as well, because then I know what I'm planting. Okay, there's actually loads in that bag, so I need to get going. If only there was a little bulb planter for you, Blondie. I think we need to make cat-sized ones. Another thing I've done that a tip I learned this year was about heights. This might be common sense to a lot of people, but I had a bad habit of putting small things in the back and big things in the front. So rivers, trees, mountains. And what I did was these two smaller ones, so this small variety of daffodil and this one, so I did a clump of them here at the front, and then I just did behind this heuchera, because they only grow 10 centimeters tall, the variety that I put in there, so I put them to the front. So the other three varieties are, this is the big one, well, the biggest one, which is 25 centimeters. So the woodland bulbs are quite small, which is nice, and these two are 25 centimeters. And instead of kind of mixing, you could like mix them in different heights for like a nice wildy look, but I decided to go for clumps. I think like I might mix maybe some of these at the back, because obviously in a woodland corner they would probably kind of grow a bit more naturalistic, is that the word? So yeah, a patch of the little guys here, patch of the other little ones here, and then I think some of the taller ones around here. Maybe cover the hedgehog house, well not cover it, but give him a bit more shelter, because I do have some space there. And yeah, some of them dotted around here as well, so it's good exercise actually. And also, can I just say, this is great because the soil around here, it's gotten better over the years since I've been conditioning it with mulch and farmyard manure, because this was very kind of rooty and rocky, so the bulb thingamajiggy is amazing. You have to kind of, gets a bit sore on the wrist, but I did yoga this morning, so my wrists are nice and warmed up. But I feel like gardening yoga. So I'm going to get stuck into the back and work around the plants and get these bulbs in. Tea break time. You do one section, then you have a cup of tea. You rest a bit, and then you go do the other one. So I need to, first of all, I'm delighted that I came down and I did the little woodland area, because I haven't been down here in ages, and it's great to see the soil there's a whole little world down here that I know nothing about. Loads of bugs. You can probably hear birds darting in and out as well. And it's probably good that I kind of just leave it alone, because I've noticed there's just loads of little worms in the soil. So the condition has gotten better. It's easier for me to dig as well in it. But hopefully now I won't have really anything kind of to do here other than weed and mulch. Mulching will be my springtime activity. You know how I love that this spring. My ton of mulch. Anyway, we'll say no more. So I'm going to move on to the next section, which will be daffodil replete. Now there's 15 of these. I think these are tall flowering, 45 centimeters. So that's nice and tall, your regular daffodil size. White ones with the little orange middle. And I'm going to mix in alliums. I remembered I did buy this packet for there, but I don't know if I'll put all of them in. There's 30 in this. I've just planted 60 bulbs, so 60 there. What have we got? I've only 45 to plant. Yeah, I think I am, because I like a bit of height and a bit of... There's lupins that will come back up. Yeah, I'm going to plant around basically everything that's there. But first, cheers. I need a cup of tea. I needed to change my jumper as well, because I was bleeding, sweating in that jumper. That's more of a winter jumper. It's cozy to get you going, but then you're sweating. I also need to clean my greenhouse so bad. It's filthy, and my camera as well. Just noticed there's a bug on the thing. Okay, enough procrastinating. Let's go. Okay, there is some dark clouds above us, so I have to work a little bit quick. Oh, I've got the hiccups too. So what I'm thinking is, I have a couple of snowdrops, and I was thinking, I see this from my window, so I was thinking it'd be really nice if I have just a couple of snowdrops. I have the hiccups. So sorry. I just cleared this here. Some geranium was kind of grown over, so this will be like dead in summer, or sorry, winter. So I was thinking just a couple of snowdrops in these little gaps here, because they're like the first thing to pop up. I might even put like one or two around the edge where I have a gap, because when I'm looking out from the window I'm so sorry with the hiccups. When I'm looking out the window, and in January, February, I'll just see a few little snowdrops and it'll make me happy. I'm gonna pop them in and hold my breath so the hiccups go. I think the muck is back in my face. I just like to get stuck in. I'm going to give you some bulb tips. Again, this is how I garden, not how to garden. This is how I plant my bulbs, not how to. But from experience over the past couple of years, I've learned a few things. Bulbs are very forgiving. Pointy side up, but if in doubt, generally when it comes to alliums, even those little ones there, I was like, which side is the way up? If you're ever in doubt, put it on its side. Over the years, 100% I have planted things the wrong way and they have grown. Try not to make a habit of it, but I read or I heard somewhere, it was probably Gardener's World, that especially in containers, bulbs will find their level. So I loosely follow the instructions on the packet. On the back of the packet, it will give you the distance to plant them from each other and also the depth. But don't worry if you put something a little kind of too deep, or they tend to find their way in the soil. So yeah, I heard that they can move down and move up, which is magic, but that is nature. Containers, lasagna containers. I'm gonna pop in a little 2 minute clip of me doing some containers from last year, and you can flip back to my spring video and you can see what they look like. So don't worry if you don't have borders and beds, you can do it in containers, and I'm gonna pop that clip in now. So once again, I am now buzzing for spring. If you want to check out last week's garden video, I divided some perennials, free plants. I got some free plants from my neighbour, divided up geranium that I had. So I'm proper excited now for spring to come. Although I am happy for the winter rest, not gonna lie. I'd say another month maybe, and then the garden shall be closed for business, and I think we'll all be looking forward to that winter rest before spring comes. Now, I still have one bed to do. I have this one, that one right there, but it's still quite mild, so I want to make that into one big tulip cut flower bed. I'm going to mix in some daffodils as well. If you saw my bulb haul video, I have a box inside that I got from Mr. Middleton. I have bought them for that specifically. So that would be another video for the cut flower. But if you go back to my spring videos, or even the videos that I did this time last year, you can see where I planted up those, and you can skip to the spring videos and you can see how they flowered. So I was really pleased with them. So I'm going to do like a really vibrant red tulip in that one, to brighten up. I think it'd just be a lovely colour, and I think it looked nice with the greenhouse behind it. Another thing with bulbs, don't worry too much about timing just before December. Obviously I'm growing zone 8, growing zone 9. If you have snow and stuff, it's probably not ideal. I don't have any tips for snowy areas, but if you're in a similar area or climate to mine, then I have put bulbs down in December and they have grown. So they need to have like well, I think this is for tulips, but they need to have a season of being cold. I've heard of people putting them in the fridge and stuff, but just pop them into the ground. nature will do its thing. I've never had to put anything like into the fridge to get things going or anything like that. I've just left nature to do it. So yeah, don't worry if you still haven't planted any. November is grand, just get them in. I'm still gonna I'll have to do that one. We'll hold out for that one. But the little bulb planter, I can happily say I'm really pleased with that bulb planter. I do love an old gimmicky tool in the garden. I am prone to when an ad pops up and I'll buy something. But that one is not gimmicky. I am a fan of that. Before the rain comes, I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Sunday's video is a garden related one and Thursday is a home related one. You can check out my other videos if you like what you see. Subscribe, my regular viewers, cheeky thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.